So today I'm going to do a few different poses that kind of all can connect. You can do them as a gentle kind of restorative yoga, almost like a flow, a mini flow. It's really to focus from a physical perspective on spinal mobility, chest opening. We're always so forward, so always so bent like this. We're just trying to work on kind of opening up and just feeling how different mobility can help us, not just with our physical aches and pains, maybe low back pain, maybe some shoulder pain, a lot of abdominal tightness, but also just our emotional pain and letting some of that go and release. A lot of times it gets held in the pelvis or held, we have those visceral reactions to things going on in our life, or our heart. A lot of emotional struggles can be held there and just create a lot of heaviness. So this flow is to give you some ideas of, a mini 10-minute maybe exercise sequence, different poses that you can do that will incorporate the pelvic floor, will incorporate the breath, but also just general movement in the body to help release some of that. Starting out with cat-cow, you may have seen this in a previous video. You can get a blanket for under your knees if that's more comfortable. You're going to start by looking up, thinking about pulling your chest forward. That's going to be on an inhale. Your tailbone or sit bones come up, and then you're going to exhale, tuck your tail under as you go to look at your belly, really pushing through your hands into the ground, stretching apart the shoulder blades, feeling a release in the lower back. And then on your inhale, pulling your chest through, looking up, arching the spine into cow pose. And then on an exhale, tucking under, curling the spine under, looking towards your navel into cat. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling into cat. This next one is going to be called Sufi roll. So another mobility through your spine. You're going to get into your chest. You're going to get into your sit bones. So whole body connection. You can get something to sit on, either a folded blanket, you can get a pillow, or you can get a bolster if you have one to sit at the edge. It's helpful for your hips if they're tight, which most of ours are. So sitting at the edge, come into a comfortable seated position with your feet crossed, Indian style. Palms of the hands rest on the knees. And you're going to start by just inhaling, bringing your chest forward, opening it up, looking up, and your back is arched. And then exhale. Inhaling, coming into that cow position that we just did, but in a seated position. And then rolling the spine down, looking all the way to your belly. So from the side, it's going to look like this. You're going to, palms on the hands, inhale, reach up. Your spine is curved, your belly is out into that cow position. And letting it all out, letting your chest collapse in, back rounding all the way out. Rocking back on your sit bones and inhaling. One more exhale. And coming back to the front, so that was a seated cat-cow. Now coming back to the front, we're going to combine that. So keep your feet crossed the same way that they were. Hopefully they didn't move. You're going to inhale into that cow position. And then you're going to shift your weight all the way, I'm going to my right, but if you're following it might be your left. And then you're going to start to sink it down all the way into that cat position, letting your weight fall back on your sit bones and coming through to the center so you feel that full rounding spine. You're going to start to inhale and bring your chest through towards the left, all the way to the center. Weight should be all the way forward. And then exhale, start to come into that rounded spine or cat position as you sink to the back. And then let it flow. Bring your inhale, gaze comes up, chest pulls through towards the center. And on the exhale, to the left, center. Inhale up. Doing one more on your own. And stopping when you come to the center. This time, go ahead and cross your legs the other direction, the way that they weren't, and we're going to reverse our roll. So inhaling, coming to the center, going over towards the left, or right potentially. Sinking back on the exhale. Inhaling and pulling through towards the right, your left, to center. Exhale. Go at your own pace. Next one I'm going to demonstrate is a few different progressions. Pick what you feel is most appropriate for you. We're going to go into a bridge, and then it's going to be more of a mobility energy exercise into then more of a supported bridge. So this one gets some blood flowing all through your body, gets your feet grounded, it gets some spinal mobility. My focus is not quite on core strength, which I do use this exercise for, so don't feel that you're doing things wrong. However, that being said, there shouldn't be pain in anywhere in your body, but especially the spine. So usually I'm pretty critical about rolling each individual spinal segment and really paying attention and not letting it drop. For this one, that's not the intention. The intention is just getting energy moving through your body. So that being said, setup is the same. So moving on to your back. Feet are planted. You may not touch them, that's fine. You just want them in a comfortable place where they're under your knees. So you don't want them way out here. You don't want them all the way up here because that's uncomfortable. So comfortable position for your knees. And then your hands, we're going to use them in a second. So wherever you'd like them to be in a comfortable position to start, that's fine. So nothing under the neck here because we're going to come onto the shoulders. So if you're on a pillow, you should take that out. If your floor is really hard, maybe a very thin, soft blanket or something like that, but no pillow, or else you might kind of crunch your neck. So for this one, the motion is just pushing through your heels and lifting your hips up so that the weight shifts onto your shoulders. You also don't want to be turning your head, so just watch first and then try it, and then slowly coming back down. So that's going to be on the inhale. And then the exhale, let it out. Inhale, hips come up. Exhale, hips drop down. Now you can do more of what I've probably taught you before, where you curl up one at a time. That is absolutely okay too. So on the inhale, you would curl first the pelvis, so you tuck the pelvis, and then you're concentrating on lifting one vertebra up at a time. On each inhale, it gets tricky when you get to about right here because that's where this part and this part are going to want to separate. So keep it together by holding your abs, pushing through your feet into your shoulders, And then on your exhale, think about that curling motion, one segment at a time, giving a little bit of core work, and then letting it out. But you don't have to for this one. So inhale, lifting up, exhale, coming down. 2 more times. Inhale, and exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Now, the next part of this one is where we're really getting the energy flow. So we're going to use our arms now with this one, and on the inhale, as we lift our hips, we're also lifting up our arms and letting them come over our head, and exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. I think you got mine too, but if not, inhale. And exhale. To end with this one, you can grab a block or your bolster, and this is just going to be more of a static position where you can breathe and open up. So you can do this one of 2 ways. You can take your block or pillow or bolster and lift up and place the block under your sacrum. So my sit bones are right here, my lower back is here. It's that kind of flattened bone just above your tailbone, just below your lower back. So you can sit like this. If this gets uncomfortable in your lower back, feel free to either lower the block or put more of the bolster so you're more supported through there. So from here, you can just let this be open. You can bring your arms up to the side so you get a nice chest or heart opening at the same time. You're just going to close your eyes and take a few deep breaths here. Checking in with your body. Seeing how it feels different, feeling what feelings come up, and just let that be. Just notice them. Additionally, you can bring the block under your back. You can either put it this way, or you can be more supportive and just place it like this between your shoulder blades. I like mine like this, so I'm going to lay it like that. And you can actually do some heart opening. So for me, I'm kind of tight through here. So what I want to do is probably take my bolster so my head is supported and put that right up there. It can be a pillow also. And then just lay your arms open. You can also bring your legs down if that range of motion is available to you. And just So the last part to this is, now that we've opened up a lot of things, especially if you're not just experiencing physical issues, there's a lot of emotions that may have come up, or you feel very vulnerable, which is a lot of things that are opening. So to sort of balance that out, you want to do something that feels safe. It kind of encloses you a little bit, and this is another one that is very good for the pelvic floor relaxation. So I highly recommend ending, maybe not just the sequence, but anything like this, or going into this place when you feel just really stressed out, can really help to calm your nervous system. So this video is on my channel separately too, but as part of this video, I will demonstrate it again with some additions too. So you're going to get your bolster, also pillow for your forehead, so you have a breathing space. And then the additions that the other one doesn't have is I have a sandbag. So sandbag and then also a blanket. Sometimes it can be cold. Right now it's raining outside and freezing in my house. But also the sandbag sometimes feels weighted, and so it'll weight your chest, and it just feels very comforting. So feel free to experiment with that, or just anything that's like something heavier. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to bring the hips to the bottom part of the bolster to set up. So kind of my pelvis is right around there. I'm going to bring my legs to the side, so I'm kind of straddling it. And then I'm going to adjust my pillow so my forehead is right on there. So this is my space to breathe. Because it's cold and I want to stay here for a little bit, I'm going to just put my blanket on top of me because I get cold really easy. And then no sand.